Silence makes people uneasy, not because it's awkward, but because it removes control. When someone speaks, they reveal intention, emotion, need. Silence reveals none of these, and the human mind dislikes uncertainty. In conversation, most people rush to fill gaps, they explain, justify, overshare. Silence interrupts that instinct. Psychologically, silence shifts power. The quiet person becomes the observer, and the observer is never powerless. This is why silence feels threatening. It forces the other person to project their insecurities, their assumptions, their fears. Notice who becomes uncomfortable first. Confident people tolerate silence. Insecure people rush to escape it. For example, in interviews, silence pressures candidates to speak more. In arguments, silence denies emotional reward. In social settings, silence invites attention without effort. Silence doesn't demand respect, it creates space for it. The most powerful response is often no response. Silence lets people reveal themselves without you saying a word. Have you ever noticed how silence feels heavy? How, in a quiet room, a single pause can make people fidget, glance away, or speak just to fill it? Silence is unsettling, and psychology has a reason for that. Our brains are wired for patterns, for information, for constant stimulation. Silence interrupts that pattern. It creates a space where uncertainty lives. Psychologists call this the intolerance of uncertainty. When nothing is happening, our minds start imagining. Sometimes it's small thoughts, sometimes it's fears, sometimes it's self-reflection we'd rather avoid, and that's why silence feels uncomfortable. Silence in social settings is even more intense. When conversation stops, people start evaluating themselves. Am I boring? Did I say the wrong thing? Do they dislike me? Social psychologists suggest that humans, as deeply social creatures, are afraid of disconnection. Silence forces awareness of ourselves and our relationships, and awareness can feel threatening. Silence also acts as a mirror. It reflects our inner world back at us. Without noise, without distraction, we confront our thoughts, our emotions, our truths, and most people avoid that confrontation. So silence becomes something to escape, to fill, to fear. But for those who embrace it, it becomes a source of clarity, creativity, and power. Fear of silence is often fear of the unknown. Our minds crave control, and silence removes control. It slows down time, it strips away distractions. Even in therapy or deep conversations, silence is powerful. It forces people to face themselves. That's why it makes us uncomfortable, because it's intimate, raw, and revealing. Silence can also be a tool. In negotiation, in conversation, in social dynamics, a well-placed pause commands attention. When people are uncomfortable with silence, it gives you space to lead, to think, to observe. But it must be used with awareness. Silence isn't about dominance, it's about presence, patience, and quiet power. Those who embrace silence gain perspective. They hear what others miss. They think deeply. They act intentionally. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence. It is focus. It is a reminder that not all discomfort is harmful. Some discomfort is growth in disguise. So the next time you feel silence creeping in, don't rush to fill it. Sit with it. Notice it. Let it guide you. Silence is uncomfortable because it is powerful, and power is often quiet. Text on screen. Embrace silence. Discover its power.